Today we are making blueberry self-sauce pudding. I will write the recipe below the video in the description as always. Let's do this!
Oh yeah, baby! Woo! Welcome to Aussie Girl Can Cook! Better get you some. Oh yeah! Mate, it's lucky she can cook! Wow!
G'day lovelies, welcome back. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I have made a huge dent in the backyard. So who's up for some comfort food? Let's get stuck into it, shall we? First thing we're going to need to do is get 110 grams of butter out, chop it up into a bowl and set it aside until it's nice and soft at room temperature. Once we've got it soft at room temperature, we want to preheat our ovens at 180 degrees Celsius. So I'm lucky enough to have lemons off my tree at the minute, and I've got some frozen blueberries in the freezer. Now we need 3 cups of blueberries, fresh or frozen. Now the price of fresh ones at the moment is absolutely ridiculous, and if you get the right brand, they're actually cheaper to buy them frozen. Now we need 1/3 of a cup of caster sugar, and we want to mix them through and coat them. Once we've coated them all, we now want to put them into our baking dish. I'm using a 24 by 19 centimetre deep dish, and I've got it on a cooking tray. Alright, now we set that aside. For the batter, we're going to need 1 teaspoon of finely grated lemon rind. And for the syrup, we need 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So you just want to get yourself a little grater and just grate around the outside. Alright, once you've done that, I'm now going to juice and strain the lemon. Now into our softened butter, we want to add 3/4 cup of caster sugar. Now with our electric beater, we want to beat it on low until light and fluffy. Alright, once we've done that, we just want to scrape down our sides. So now we need 2 large eggs. So if you've only got small ones, use 3. And we want to beat them in one at a time. Once we've done that, just scrape down our sides again. Now we want to add our lemon rind and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or essence. And now we want to beat that just until it's beat through. Now into another bowl, we want to put 1 1/4 cups of plain flour. And we want to add 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then we just want to mix them through together. Now we want to grab 1/2 cup of milk. Now we want to put half of the flour into our butter mix and half of the milk. And we want to mix them through first. We then add the rest of the flour and the rest of the milk, and we want to mix them through. Now we want to spoon it over our blueberries. Oh my god, I shoved some of that in my mouth. You know if the batter tastes good. Alright, with a fork, I'm just going to flatten it out. Once we've got it as even as we can, we'll set that aside for a minute. Now into a small saucepan, we want 3/4 cup of water, our 1/4 cup of strained lemon juice, and then we want to add 1/3 cup of caster sugar. Now we want to stick it on the stovetop on a medium heat, stir it and bring it up to a boil. As soon as it starts to boil, take it off. Now we just want to make sure that the oven shelf is in the middle of the oven. Alright, I might end up fogging up the screen here. So now we've got to pour it over. So I like to use a spoon to pour it on so it doesn't dig up the batter mix. Mate, I have been waiting over a week for this. I am so friggin' excited. This is so easy to make if you do it in that order. I will write it down below in that order for you to make it really easy so you don't have to keep looking at the video. Alright, now we very carefully bang her in the oven. Oh my god. 55 minutes later in my plain electric oven, and it smells amazing in here. So when the cake feels nice and firm and it's starting to bubble around the outside, she's ready. So my whole kitchen is on a slant. So in a normal kitchen, that would be doing that around the whole edge. So what I'm going to do is tip it up a little bit. Get some of that juice up that side. Alright, so now we'll leave it sit there for 10 minutes and it will settle right down and do its thing. Oh my god, mate, that was the longest 10 minutes of my life, I reckon. You can eat it on its own. You can have it with fresh cream, custard, ice cream, I'm going to be doing. Oh my gosh, look at that. Well, there you go, lovelies. What an absolute little perler. You have got to give it a crack. Your whole family is going to love it. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a lovely week and I'll see you all on Thursday. Toodles.